Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ernesto Nogueira. Thank you so much for joining our session. I am the CEO and founder of GenexAI. I also have here with me my colleague Fabio Rodriguez, Director of Marketing. And I wanted to talk to you not only about AI, but about the innovation characteristics of the medical technology industry. In fact, every 34 minutes, there is a new medical technology launched in Europe only. And that relies on a lot of data, a lot of analysis. GenexAI is a spin-off of my other company, Value Connected, which is a consulting company dedicated in helping manufacturers, medical devices, and pharmaceuticals launch their products. And something we have seen for the past 11 years is the recurring pain point that companies have in analyzing data, performing systematic literature reviews, engaging with stakeholders, and identifying the key value messages that they wanted to communicate. And then we thought during the pandemic, why can't we automate that? Why can't we create a mechanism so that professionals like us will take more time taking decisions instead of analyzing data? And that's how GenexAI was born. Although it is an AI company, it's not a purely an IT company. It's a healthcare specialized focused company. And along these lines, when we look into the industry, what is happening is that by bringing GenexAI, and I'm going to discuss a little bit more about our results, the automation of clinical reviews, basically we are saving the time of manual labor and allowing teams to do what we as human beings we do best, which is taking decisions. No other artificial intelligence component in the world that listens to you today can take decisions better than humans. Another aspect is that if you look into the average systematic literature review, which has something around 700 and 800 articles, it will take between 12 and 15 months to be completed. With GenexAI, you can do that in 3 days. And last but not least, we are in a very specific health market, let's put it this way, in which we have different stakeholders. We have stakeholders that wear white coats that are inclined to look into clinical data, but we also have stakeholders wearing suit and tie, which are more familiar with Excel spreadsheets. So how do we define, extract the right value messages for the different stakeholders in the market? That's what we are doing. And then basically, if we look into how it works traditionally, from the left side of the screen, we have different data. But most importantly, we have text, video, and audio. If we are talking about medical technologies, it could be that there is a congress in France talking in French about our medical technology, but there is published data in German, or there is even more podcasts from my native country, Brazil, because I'm from Brazil, and they are saying in Portuguese. So how can we combine all of that? So imagine teams, they have to listen to this, read all of that, and they have to respond to the demands of the market. Why should I pay for your product? Does your product work? What about this specific population? That's where we change this aspect here in the middle, where we get into GenexAI, which is an upcoming platform that can understand audio, video, and text in any language. And then we can use different mechanisms, not only large language models, but vector databases and other features from AI to basically extract the information that we want to talk about safety to medical professionals, efficiencies to providers like hospitals, cost savings to payers, or quality for patient groups, patient associations. So GenexAI was born in 2021 as a spin-off. It's an independent company now from Value Connected. It's based in Delaware, the United States. In 2022, we started developing the part of connecting our proprietary model to other large language models. In 2023, we developed our minimal viable product, which remains, of course, growing and fully functional. This year has been some very interesting year for us. I'm going to share with you some exciting things that happen with GenexAI. And then, of course, next year, we aim to open our platform for users to engage with GenexAI as a software as a service platform. So our platform is being designed. So far, GenexAI is working with companies on a consulting basis because the types of projects that we get are very complex. It requires more than systematic literature review. It requires about identifying sources, identifying mechanisms, and putting all this power of different sources, different languages, all together. But if we compare ourselves with other companies in the market, and the vertical axis is the functional capabilities that we have, GenexAI cannot only perform systematic literature reviews, but basically has the application of different languages, can engage with audio, video, and text, and there are other features that can meet the needs of clinical, medical, regulatory, and commercial teams. But also, it's very important to automate the process, but not to substitute the steps. Because when we are doing systematic literature reviews, there are certain steps we need to follow. We need to have multiple reviewers. We cannot only just press a button and rely on AI. And that's why in GenexAI we have different models that act as independent reviewers. There is a main proprietary model that evaluates that. And inside the GenexAI, we have our team of PhDs. So everything that we do is double, triple checked within our system. So there is no need to review that, of course, if you want, but every result that we generate has the traceability. You know where it's coming from, the specific page, the specific text. That's why we are definitely on the full range of automation. In 2024, we open our platforms, so we have already clients, as you can see from the bottom, and this is a testimonial from the medical affairs directors at BD, one of our clients, that basically we saved their work in about 4 months, something they were going to do in 5 months, they did only 1, and most of this time of this 1 month was interacting and assessing the results that we brought to them. So it's a company that, of course, it's growing very fast, which, of course, makes us very happy. But, of course, it has some concerns because, of course, we wanted to make sure that our structure, our methodology remains in place because it would be worthless to be fast if we cannot have meet the requirements, meet the specifications of our industry. So basically, if we look into the number of medical technologies and pharmaceutical companies in Europe only, we are talking about 24,000 companies, roughly. If each of them do only 1 systematic literature review per year, which is absolutely unrealistic. We know that there are systematic literature reviews taking place every week, but if only 1 per year, and considering the average cost, which actually matches average cost that was presented this morning, average cost of systematic literature review of $114,000, we are talking a market of roughly $2.8 billion. So that's definitely a lot of resources, a lot of costs that can be reduced by 80–90% in terms of cost reduction, and we can accelerate that to once again ensure that we are focusing our attention in taking decisions and not only reviewing data. This is basically some of our financials. If somebody wants to discuss more, we have a discounted cash flow of more than $157 million in 5 years. If somebody wants to discuss more about investment opportunities, I'll be more than happy to discuss that, and we are on the booth 100. And looking forward, what we aim to achieve. So for the next month, January, next year, right? My God, it's so fast. We aim to complete our platform, to release it. Of course, it will not have all the capabilities of GenexAI because some of capabilities we still have to engage in a human way with our clients, but still it's very fast. And then throughout 2025, we already expect to have a significant growth of projects. We have a pipeline of clients waiting for this, and this just basically validates the pain point, the recurring problem that we are aiming to address. This is us, of course. You can see that I'm Brazilian because on average I'm not as tall as Europeans, but we have here the Cisca, our Chief Scientific Officer, which is a clinical and regulatory professionals, Fabio as well. We were at Medica, the largest medical technology trade fair in the world. We were in Slush, in an event in Finland, and last month in November we were featured in Forbes. So there was a Forbes article about the GenexAI, as well with other companies, Procter & Gamble, IBM, Estée Lauder. So basically discussing how AI is impacting, revolutionizing the industry. Having said this, to make a long story short, we have been in the market for more than 11 years. I have 29 years of experience in the industry. It's time to end the recurring pain point of a data analysis and make sure that we use AI not to replace us, but to allow us to focus on decision making. It's time to save costs and get to revenues faster. I'll be more than happy to talk to you more. I'll be standing in booth stand number 100. Thank you very much for your attention.